San Diego Comic-Con. My name is Devin Kogan. I'm a senior writer at Entertainment Weekly, and I am so excited to be here at EW's Comic-Con studio with the director and the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guys, how's it going?
Good, except for Chris just hit me with his elbow. And I think it was passive-aggressive. I think it was on purpose.
No, that was not passive-aggressive. That was real aggressive. Yeah. No passivity in that aggression.
Wow. Cool, man.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
So you guys literally just got off stage at Hall H, where you got to show us a little bit of footage, talk a little bit about the film, and it was such a beautiful moment, and I know you guys got kind of emotional. What was it like to be up on that stage, in front of all those thousands of people sharing this story with them?
Well, it went exactly as we rehearsed. Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, no. That's all you. Yeah, you cried it exactly on cue. That was great. I said, Tom, if you're ever going to prove to people that you're a good actress, you got to do it now. You got to come out and cry, and then I'm going to look at you and pretend that your tears made me cry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it went really well.
She was really good.
Once we start rolling, obviously we can't tell everyone at home, but it was
barely anybody saw me put the drop, the stuff.
Yeah. So good.
Cutting some onion.
Yeah. It was the first time any of us had seen any of the footage. We're behind the stage at Hall H. But the first time he hasn't even seen it at all. How did you feel having not seen any of this? It was the first time any of the actors that I know of had seen it. First time I had seen it. And it was really caught me off guard. It's moving. It's set to this really. Is it a Flaming Lips song?
Yeah.
That
Do
was
you
so
realize?
good.
It's such a beautiful song. The imagery is incredible, and obviously you're kind of just like immediately swept up, not only in the idea that this is the end of this trilogy for all of us, but also that you are reminded of the journey that the characters are on, and it's a really emotional story. And so it was awesome.
It was unexpected to be backstage and get choked up watching the trailer and then have to go out because we're all back there like getting ready to go out, and it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna go out and answer some questions about the movie, and then we were all like legitimately choked up, like, oh wow, and then to go out there, it was cool.
While we were making the movie, I really cut myself off to the fact that this was the last time we were going to do this, and I didn't really open myself up to that. And the very last day, there was a lot of tears. But then this also was like just realizing that this is, I love all these actors. Like, legitimately, I want to work with all these people again. But as a group, us standing up there at Comic-Con, and it was really just trying to be present to the fact that that was this beautiful moment that we all got to be together up there for the last time in this way. And that was exciting.
Yeah, and we've got
oh Lord,
lots of tears. But we've also got these amazing new additions to this family. For you three, what was it like to kind of step into this kind of crazy candy-colored space opera world?
I'm still processing that I've stepped into this whole. It was crazy for me because, as I've said before, I saw the first movie in Times Square as a fan. And you can have a perfectly successful career as an actor and never come close to being part of anything like this. And, that's the reality of it. So I still pinch myself. And I saw the trailer backstage before I went on. And I'm watching this thing and just, there's still something slightly surreal about the fact that we're part of it. Especially when you have those quintessentials of James Gunn moments where, like, when they jump out and it's in slow motion and the music kicks in and you're just like, oh my God, that thing I feel when I saw whether it was this or Suicide Squad. I'm not just observing it now as an audience member, I'm part of it, and I still haven't quite, clicked with that,
Yeah, I think that's still sinking in, and obviously the immediate gratification of seeing thousands of fans respond to kind of what we all worked on was amazing. And I think, like Chuck, kind of starting off as a fan and then finding yourself as part of the cast is a really surreal thing. It takes a while to wrap your head around.
Yeah, I became a fan of Marvel Universe because of Guardians of the Galaxy when I saw it for the first time, and now being around them, it feels surreal. Absolutely.
Yeah, but Chris isn't a nice person. It's kind of weird.
Will, you can stop with the British accent. I feel like he's one of those guys. Like, he's so in character.
He's from Idaho.
That's okay.
I'm dying to hear what your real voice is.
I've heard him
Actually, at this point, don't do it. I think it'll weird me out to hear his actual voice.
Just keep the mystery. Absolutely. And James, you talked on stage about how you've been working on this. You first pitched this story 10 years ago, and you sort of had at the time your idea of how you wanted it to end. What was the most important thing to you for getting the ending right?
1,000%. It's being true to these characters. Like, a lot of people know I left for a while. I wasn't going to do this movie. Then I came back, and the reason that I knew I needed to come back was to tell this story. And in some ways in particular, I have a special closeness to the character of Rocket, and I knew I needed to finish telling his story. I knew that was what started me on this journey, was seeing who he could be and who he was, where he came from. And the thing that grounded me initially in the Guardians, which, like you said, was 10 years ago this week, I went and pitched the Guardians to Kevin and Lou, the heads of Marvel, down in Wilmington, North Carolina. So 10 years ago, and the thing that really made me want to do it was when they told me about, they were going to do this thing, Guardians of the Galaxy, there's the talking raccoon, and I knew him from the comics, but it seemed as a movie it was going to be stupid. Like, it seemed like it was going to be Bugs Bunny in the middle of the Avengers. And I was like, even though my career was not a big thing at the time, I wasn't going to do it because I don't want to do something that doesn't interest me. And I was driving home, and all of a sudden I was like, well, okay, let's say there is a talking raccoon. Where does he come from? And I realized that, to tell the story honestly, he's the saddest person or character in the universe. And that he was unlike anybody else, and he was created in this horrible way. And we're going to learn a little bit about him as the story goes on. And then this film tells that story along with the family that he's created along the way, and the jerky father he has back there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you everyone at home for watching. Make sure to stay tuned to EW for even more Comic-Con and Marvel content, and thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.